Game begin.
Welcome to the Skit Guys podcast. Here are Tommy Woodard and Eddie James.
Wow. Put that in the podcast.
There you go.
Make sure you clap on beat, kids.
That was good. Well, welcome back.
Welcome
to
back.
Another edition of Skit Guys podcast. Smells like bacon. Well, we're
Yes.
going through our book. Smells like bacon.
Yeah, 100%. This episode, we're talking about some great stuff.
Yeah.
I think we're calling it Friends. What did we do? We did Friends with flip-flops. Flip-flops and Friends. French fries and Friends.
Flamingos.
Flamingos and... I think we're going to do Flambé and Friends.
Flambé.
Flambé. Real quick, Jay, define what a flambé is.
I have no.
It's
No
something
clue.
with fire, right? It's
A dessert?
It's a
I
dessert
don't know.
with fire.
I just thought of the word flambé. It's a good. I love a good flambé.
I feel like it is dessert, and I feel like there's fire
Yeah,
with it.
Yeah, I don't
Flam-
know.
So it's sweet.
fondue. No, that's fondue.
No,
Fondue.
Fondue is the
fire.
cheese.
Sounds like
cheese
fondue.
Yeah,
Should we
that's-
say friends and fondue since we know what that
I
is?
like the flambé.
Okay,
Because
flambé.
if we can figure, if it is sweet,
I mean, I
Flambé.
like fondue.
right? But we,
I'm looking up what a flambé is.
I don't know what flambé is.
I kind
need
of like
to
the
know.
analogy if that's what it is, because it could go with this chapter very well.
Oh,
The
Yeah.
friendship goes up.
oh,
Friendship goes up in flames.
No,
Is that what you're saying?
no, no. But that's a good analogy because it would have to do with this chapter as well.
Okay.
Could it go up in flames, or is it just a sweet dessert,
Oh, gosh,
sometimes under fire?
Oh.
Okay, here we go. I think that's okay. One, it's really spelled different. It's spelled Flambe, and it is a food covered with something and set alight briefly.
So
Okay.
anything, not even a dessert.
Not a
Right.
Just
dessert.
any food.
Right.
Any food?
It says of food covered. Yeah,
Of
and then
food.
set afire.
Okay.
You flambe it, so you can flambe anything.
Yeah,
so.
apparently.
I was today
Yeah.
years old when I learned this.
I think we all were today
was
years
today
old when
years
we
old.
learned
That's
this.
I thought it was dessert.
Okay, so
I like flambeo fish myself.
who doesn't look a good flambe of fish? Okay. So flambe that'll work
I
for
want
this.
to try something flambéed now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little bit of heat. It says.
Oh, then you it just burns for a second and then it's out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I
Puts
think
a little
that-
char
on
on
fire.
it. Yeah.
Saganaki. You would like saganaki.
I don't know what that is.
It's flaming cheese.
I don't like cheese.
I know.
Oh. Does that come into play in this chapter?
I don't know. Well,
What's the name of the chapter?
the chapter in the book is called "Why Don't You Hug Me?"
Oh, I remember that.
So there's a little bit of heat. There's a little bit of heat to that.
Yeah.
As far as there's going to be a little confrontation.
Right.
There's a little angst. Things are a little angsty.
Friendships, we want friendships to be easy.
Right.
And when they start getting complicated, that's when we really have to figure out if it's a friendship.
Exactly.
Or I guess I shouldn't say if it's a friendship, but what level the friendship's going to be.
Yeah.
So is this DTR, defining the relationship? Is that what's going on in this
I don't
chapter?
think it's a defining the relationship so much. Why don't you?
I mean, it could turn into that. It could turn into a DTR, but the initial question's not a DTR.
Okay.
It's trying to gain why something's not happening in the relationship.
In between the So
Right.
so let's tell the story.
So
Okay.
it's getting on the same page
Right.
with where the relationship is at?
No,
there'd be more to it than
No,
that.
Jay's
More
doing good. Jay has
Yeah.
two strikes for Jay on the friendship.
But he's asking good questions.
I love the
book.
question.
He's asking
Please.
good questions.
Still haven't
Please
read the
don't
book.
stop.
You haven't
Still
read the
haven't
book?
read the book.
Haven't read the book?
I mean,
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be helping us.
trying to figure that
Jen,
out.
Jen would have read the book.
Jen would have read the book.
She did read the book.
I know.
She was poached.
So, poached. I like poached things. Yeah,
That's not flambé.
No,
It's
not flambé.
gosh, no. Yeah. So
It's not
the
DTR.
So the
No.
chapter is
and
called
it's not.
no, it's just a question.
Yeah.
It's
So the
it's a
question
clarification.
and it's the chapter of the book of chapter 4. Why don't you hug me?
Why don't you hug me?
So we were freshmen in college.
You
You
were
were
a freshman in college.
you were
I
a
was sophomore. Right.
Okay. And we had an opportunity to go be interns at Saddleback Church in California.
True.
For the summer.
Right.
So we're getting in shape.
Right.
Because we've never been to California.
No, you need to be in shape.
You need to be in shape. Well, we're going to the beach.
Going to be on the beach every day.
So at this point,
and we're young enough.
I
know
we can lose the weight.
Right.
We can get in shape.
I know what this is now today for you guys. What did that look? Were you guys going to Venice Beach? Like, what were you guys doing?
To go work out?
Yeah,
It was like bump, 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 bump. YMCA. It's fun to play. That's what it was.
It was cheap.
That's
so you were
exactly
doing
right.
jazzercise.
No.
Oh, you were going to
Jay.
the Y.
We went to the
'cause I went
YMCA
and worked out
to
there.
work out.
What? I mean,
Jazzercise. Where
Jazzercise.
did that come
you started
from?
to dance. You were
It was
doing
a
the
song.
YMCA.
It was a
It was a
Yes.
song. It was a
Yes.
song.
Oh.
So we went to the YMCA because it was cheap. Membership was cheap at the Y.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Because I think I was paying for my membership
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
So,
I was too.
Young man.
but
Yeah.
your parents didn't pay for yours?
Oh. I had a job. I worked. Oh, my God.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But
parents
but
did pay
no.
for
It goes to the point. It goes to the point.
What's
It goes to no, just hold on. Yeah, the reason why I say that is because we in this relationship,
Yes.
there would be like
He
two
was the
sides of
rich
the
kid.
track.
Yeah, yeah.
It would be
This
two
is
sides of the
what
track.
you're about to say
Yeah.
is completely
I
true.
was poor. You had money.
Yes.
That
so
type of
he
thing.
was Ricky
Yeah.
Schroeder in this relationship.
He was Ricky
100%.
Schroeder,
And you were
Silver
the-
Spoons. I
so
was.
you were-
I wasn't even in the house
Well,
if it was
yeah, I
Silver
was gonna
Spoons.
say.
I couldn't even use the arcade games if it was Silver Spoons. But no. So I mean, I wasn't like going. "Nah." There was a
Right.
legitimate question, like maybe your whole family had a membership to the Y and you were a part of that.
100%.
Okay.
And let's just, as long as we're laying all the cards on the table, that may have been the case.
It may have been the case.
I
It was
don't
legit.
remember.
So when you had
I
Tommy,
think I had my own membership.
when you had
though.
Tommy drop you off at your house, was it a different house like those 80s movies where they would just
No.
drop you like
No,
I'm
I
not
took
going
him
go
to his
this.
real house.
It was a
And then-
real house.
No, he's saying, and then you'd walk to your
And then you
actual
would walk
house.
to your
Oh,
house.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
Because
yeah.
you didn't
no,
want
no.
him to know where you lived.
No, well, no.
No.
But
Okay.
I lived on the poorer side of town.
Okay.
Type thing. So I mean,
Literally other side of the tracks.
other side. Yeah. Yeah.
Had to go across the train track.
But
Oh,
and to my my parents, I mean it would be the first house they ever owned,
Yeah.
type thing. So
Yeah.
I mean it
Okay.
was trying, it was trying.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to go to California.
Right.
We're going to be summer interns.
100%.
We don't know what to expect.
No.
What?
Right.
How old again? Sorry. I'm
I
just trying to
was
get the picture.
19, Eddie was 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
17.
So you had graduated?
Graduated high school.
Yeah.
I was
And
young.
you're 2 years out,
I'm
Sophomore in high school, in
sophomore.
college?
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
going into his freshman year.
Right.
In theory.
Right. In theory. Yeah.
In theory. Yeah.
Yeah.
That tracks.
No, he did. He did go into his freshman year.
I did.
Yeah.
I fit. Yeah.
100%.
I did.
Yeah.
So we're working out. We're we're buddies.
Right.
We're best buds.
Right.
We've already seen beaches. We've already established a koinonia of buddiness.
Yes.
So we're working out, and it's after a workout, and I guess
Hold on.
Yeah.
Do you remember like when we would go work out at the Y? There was a guy
who would hang out in the bins.
that used to like help with the student ministry at the
Yes.
church that you used to go
Yes.
to. And he was
Such a dork.
Oh my gosh, we're there because you'd go before class, so you go work out, take a shower, and like I'm shaving one day, and he's like, "Huh, yeah, you use shaving cream?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, they get you every time. You don't need it." And he takes a razor and just starts shaving his face without any shaving cream.
Like a straight razor or just
No,
like a.
just like a regular razor. And it was
That's
all,
rough.
and he was looking at me like, "Idiot! It's a scam. They're scamming you."
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
He was
go ahead.
trying to be really hip.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Starting a new trend.
He was
Yeah.
trying to connect. He was
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
connect. So I cannot remember on this part. It was at nighttime though. We worked out at night.
That time it was for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
And I can't. I got in your truck, so I don't know if you were taking me somewhere or if you just wanted to talk. I don't know. Like, hey, come,
Yeah.
let's talk. But something was bothering you. You were angsty.
Yes.
You were angsty.
My personality does not jump into the conversation. I've got to rev up to have the conversation.
Sure.
It takes all the energy I have. You're so good at in the moment, just going like, boom, here's the thing. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah, but I don't know, like relationally rewinding the tape.
Yeah.
You know, a relational rewind. I don't know if I was at this point.
At that point?
Yeah, I don't know if I was.
Yeah, that's a good
I was
question.
probably,
I don't know.
because of our home lives.
Yeah.
I think I was a very defensive, closed off kid.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So, you know, who had just accepted Jesus.
Yeah.
The whole bit. And, you know, and by this time, are we traveling? I mean, we're doing Skit Guy stuff.
Not much.
Not much, but we're kind of doing
Not
some shows.
Not much. Maybe one or two in
Okay.
Oklahoma.
But we had enough stuff to take to California.
That's from youth group.
Okay. All right.
And we made up a bunch of stuff in California.
Yeah.
That was when we had characters.
We did characters.
And no matter what the subject matter was, you could come up with a dumb skit.
Right, we'd flip it. Yeah.
And somebody just said, "Isn't that what you still do, dumb skits?" Yes.
So we're in your truck, and I can tell something's a matter.
Mm-hmm.
But I think of my personality at the time. I was like, "What's the matter? What's going on?
Right.
Just spit it out. Spit it out."
Right.
So I don't even think I was very empathetic or even loving. It was just, "What is this? 'Cause
Right.
What's going on? Because this is weird."
Right.
Yeah. So,
And I asked the question, right?
but man, you were hitting that steering wheel
Because I was stressed.
You were stressed.
I'm going to ask a question that you don't want to ask your mom.
Yeah.
You don't want to ask your friend
Your
this
buddy.
question.
Yeah.
This is not a question that you ask a friend. Right?
Right.
And so it was,
And I'm probably like this in
arms crossed.
arms crossed in the
Yeah.
truck, just listening to you going,
100%.
What? Just
And
what?
knowing who I am now, like now, or knowing now who I was, what my personality is like, I was probably arguing with myself. You don't need to do this.
Don't do it.
You're going to ruin the relationship. Don't ask this question. So that angst is not just why am I asking this question, but it's the battle inside my head, right?
Okay. So for the people that don't even know the story, let me just ask you a question real quick.
Yeah.
You haven't even asked the question yet.
100%.
But it brings up something.
Yeah.
You're, like I said, you're 19, I'm 17.
Yeah.
We're best buds.
100%.
What would even but I'm going to ruin the relationship, but I need to ask, what was the motivation, or what was that pull to go, I'm going to ask him. I'm just going to ask the question.
That's a great question, Eddie. I think I would have to believe the motivation was like, I don't understand why you would not
do this.
Yeah. Why would you not reciprocate what you're not giving back what I'm giving?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like you're not doing your part. It's that this question is loaded. Is it me?
Yeah.
Is it you?
Yeah.
You know, what is it? Do I think more of this relationship than you think of it?
Yeah. And here's what's crazy.
Maybe it is a DTR.
Well, here's
I don't
what's
know.
crazy.
Maybe Jay's
19,
right.
17 years old.
Yeah.
This was in 1989.
Yeah.
Okay. This whole situation you could transfer in any friendship, any marriage, anything.
Yeah.
Any relationship.
Yeah.
And it's still pertainable today.
Right.
Okay. So go ahead and ask.
So then, your arms crossed.
Yeah. Why are you acting so weird? Just
Right.
What is it?
This
What
is
is
just
it?
after working out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like what
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
deal?
You're in California.
No. This
Haven't gone to
is
California.
before.
Oh,
we're
this is
getting
still
ready to
in.
go to California.
Got it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Prepping.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Prepping.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? Just to clarify, I think I was 20.
Okay.
I
may have
think you
been
were 18.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Probably.
think that's right. Anyway, and so I say to you, why don't you hug me?
Yeah. Why don't you hug me?
That's the question.
Yeah.
Why don't you
And
hug
I'm
me?
like, what? Hug you? And we'd hug.
Yeah.
All right. You know,
Yeah.
hey, all right.
Yeah.
So when you would hug me, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Or see you later, bud. I would do this.
No, it's the hug equivalent to if you've ever shook somebody's hand and they have like
Limp.
a fish hand.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and it's like, why didn't they embrace my hand and shake it?
So
Like,
there's no commitment.
There's no commitment. It's very, know. So I think it felt like, I have to hug him because he's a hugger, and let's get this over with.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be my guess, and this is a 55-year-old man trying to remember what a 20-year-old was thinking.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think it's that. And because all of that had been playing in my mind probably for a while.
And when you hear the question, why don't you hug me? Like, what's the first thing? What's your first, literally, what's your first thought?
This is weird. This is weird. And I think this is really weird.
I can't argue that. But I think I remember what you said. But what do you think you said?
I think I said,
Yeah.
in defense, I do hug you.
Eventually.
Okay.
I think the first thing was, what are you talking about?
What? Yeah. What?
What do you mean I don't hug you?
Right.
Right? Yeah.
It was so foreign.
Yeah. And then it was like me going, like, when we're parting ways,
I'll give you a hug.
we hug. And I hug you, and you don't really hug back.
Yeah. Then I probably went, yeah, I do.
Right.
Yeah. Not knowing what a hug really is.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean.
And then what happened? I don't remember.
Well, we talked for a really long time.
Yeah.
About it. So, I mean, it must have been the consternation of, yeah, I do. No, I don't. What do you mean? You know, I mean, and we probably even talked in the car of what a hug was.
An actual embrace.
An actual embrace.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
so when I think back to that,
Yeah.
I go, and it's even in the book, I go, oh, because of that conversation, as angsty and as weird, because you really are, you're going deeper in a relationship, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're going
Oh, yeah.
from, hey, we're buds, we're sometimes talkers, we hang out, to this could make or break. This
Right.
is a weird, you know, but it really was that thing of, for I went away going, oh, I guess I don't hug. I guess that's really foreign to me, because
fascinating.
this, like you saying it could hurt a relationship. I don't want to risk giving hugs because I could get rejected.
Right.
But we practiced. Like I would practice hugging you.
Yeah.
And I started realizing as a 18-year-old going, I guess I don't hug people. I guess that's not even a thing for me. And there's adults that would be watching this or listening to this going, yeah, I don't hug either.
Yeah.
I mean, there's adults. Like, I'm such a hugger now.
Yeah.
Like, I will grab their hand and pull them in, or
Yeah.
I'll go for the
Yeah,
hug.
yeah.
Like, that's just who I am
Oh,
now.
100%.
Because of that conversation. But have you ever met someone that hand, if you try to pull it, nope, that hand is like right there.
I have somebody in my life that I won't even say their name. They'll never listen to this, but just in case.
Yeah.
Have known them for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
I've always hug them, and they will not stop with the hand.
Yeah. The hand.
And that hand is just staying in there, making sure that body is more separate and all that. Yeah. It's a weird thing to me.
And
I was going to say, I think in the book you describe it. One of you guys, it's a proverb. It was a Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron moment in your relationship.
So one friend.
So one man hugs another. Oh wait,
So one friend sharpens
did
another.
I was the message version.
Yeah, it was an iron sharpens iron moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, in a friendship, it wasn't like, you're stupid, you're weird,
But
that's
dumb,
a
shut up.
Yeah.
And so now go back to me hitting the steering wheel, trying to figure out, how do I say this? What am I going to say? Because what goes on in your head, I think most people, it wasn't because of you, but it's that deal of going, they're going to think I'm stupid.
100%.
They're going to think I'm weird.
Yeah.
And I may be.
Yeah.
And the last thing we want is the confirmation that we are stupid, because we all think we are, right?
Right.
Please tell me it's not just me.
No.
I think you're stupid.
And you can plant that conversation into any marriage today, any friendship, any relationship. And it could be, why won't you give me words? Why won't you hug me?
Yeah.
Why won't you spend time? Like, it could be anything. And it really is, it's a person in some type of desperation asking another person to connect.
Yeah.
And will they or won't they
at
the end of the day?
Yeah.
And I love the fact, for whatever, as I look at our friendship, I go, as messed up as I was, and probably still am, there was enough cognitive, countenance to go, well, I want that. I want to be a person that loves that way.
Huge.
And I can rewind the tape and go, in my youth ministry, or even today, just being with people, that is something that I do.
Yeah.
But it came out of that conversation.
Well, what I love about it, there's two sides to every conversation, two sides to every friendship, and in that situation, you have to have two people that are willing one has to be willing to say something, and the other has to be willing to hear it.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's beautiful about that moment in time is that I would not have blamed you if your response was like, shut up,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Most guys would.
100%.
Most guys would.
Yeah. You're an idiot. I do hug you, you know?
And it would have been a joke if they remained friends 30 years later. Hey, remember that time? Like, you in the truck, like, why don't you hug me?
Right.
Yeah. It would have been the joke, you know?
It'd be the friends that always shake hands.
Right.
Yeah.
Or even if families were involved,
Yes.
you know,
Oh,
hey,
100%.
do you need a hug?
Yes.
Do you need a hug?
That's exactly
I mean,
right.
all of that
Yeah.
stuff could have been the pronouncement of all of that, the declaration of all of that.
Huge. And what I love about you, like receiving the question, you know, and I don't know if we volleyed a little before we got there. I mean, it would make sense to like, because it's not like you're like, gosh, you're right, I don't hug.
Oh,
like,
no, I think I
you
was
know
defensive going, I hug you.
But the conversation keeps going and keeps going, keeps going. And the conversation ended in a way of you going, I guess I don't, you know,
Yeah.
I'm going to learn to hug, which is
Right.
awesome.
Yeah.
That conversation could have ended with me going, you know what? You're right. You do hug. I just hadn't noticed it.
Yeah.
Right.
Or I'm so stupid for bringing this up.
Well, yeah. No. I mean, it would have been good
Right.
if you had talked to me and we talked it out.
Oh, and I said, hey, bud.
I do. That's the way I hug. If you're just like, dude, that's the way I hug, you know, then I'd have to be like, oh, got it. My bad. You know, and that's the whole thing when these conversations come up. If you don't have the boldness in your friendship to bring up the conversation, you're not going to resolve the issue. And if you don't have the willingness to listen, you're not going to resolve the issue.
Yeah.
You know,
There's something, where to go in the book about, I thought it was good verbiage. I can't believe we came
Whoever
up with
wrote
it.
this.
Who came up
Whoever
with
wrote
it?
this.
But Friendship Blue Book, you know, the value.
Oh, the value of
the
it.
value
Yeah.
of a friendship, and I think, and I mean, with us three, like,
Yeah.
there's a Blue Book value of a friendship here. You know?
$12,000 for that pickup.
It was
What
less.
was it?
I don't know.
It's less this year than it was last year.
Yeah,
but-
that's it.
Well, it's like stocks; it goes up and down.
When you drive the friendship off the lot, it reduces by 25%. Yeah.
But it really is, as you think about, you know, we've talked about the circles of friendship. I mean, you on the outer peripheries of some of these friends that we have.
Yeah.
I mean, you can laugh and joke, and I mean, like you go away going, "Oh, they're so great." But
Yes.
I mean, as you keep going further in the concentric circles of what a friend is and what they consistently need to be,
Right.
oh my goodness,
Yeah.
you have value because you deal with hard things.
Yeah.
You go ahead and ask the question, or you go there.
30 plus years, I have not said to that other person, why don't you hug me?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I mean, that person that always does the hand. I've never said, why don't you hug me? And it's because of the Blue Book value.
Fascinating.
So in terms of
Fascinating.
that, like with
Fascinating.
that, like there was something in Eddie at that point that you wanted to have a longer term relationship. You valued that relationship.
No
You
doubt.
think? You think?
incredibly
gosh, yeah.
more.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah. I mean, this guy he's my brother.
Right.
Right?
But I mean,
You
this
know?
is like 1989 is what, you know, the
Yeah.
book says that was it. So
Yeah.
like you're, you know, I mean, but you knew it at that point because this is like 2 years into the relationship.
2 years into,
Me accepting Jesus.
yeah,
I mean, definitely 2 years of me saying yes to Jesus and things looking and feeling a wholly different way, and me learning what it looks like.
Yeah,
to
year and
be
a half.
follower.
Year and a
Yeah.
half. Because
In
that
that
was
aspect.
September of
Yeah.
87. Then you got 88. Yeah, this would have been
89.
spring of 89. So year and a half of that. But you got to understand, I mean, our friendship, I've been friends with Eddie longer than Jesus has.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, true.
so
Dibs on Eddie.
Yeah,
Few
dibs
years,
on
a few
Eddie.
years. A few years.
But yeah, so the friendship's, you know, a strong friendship of 3 years at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like, I think there's so many things that go into it, you know? But at the end of the day, I see value in, you know, not in this friendship. I see value in Eddie, you know? And I'm all in. I need to know he's all in.
And that probably, again, it would probably take years on a therapy couch, but probably that statement right there for a boy that felt no worth.
100%.
And just fabricating worth and
Yeah.
doing the dance to get the hug and, you know, what can I do to woo somebody or get someone to like me? that right there was probably, I mean, if I were to really rewind the tape of a high school boy's life under my conditions, that may have been one of the most honest and sincere questions anybody asked me to that point. And it was so relevant, and I could see the angst. I could see the hitting on the steering wheel. Like, is he mad? Is he upset?
Yeah.
What's he frustrated? What did I do?
Right.
And so to hear that, it probably was one of the most honest, sincere questions at that point someone could even ask me.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt. And what I love
anyway,
that.
it's really beautiful.
I think that's beautiful. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think too, it is like, it's a guy who sees in you what you don't see in you, right?
Yeah.
Because
and why would you?
Yeah, at that point in your life, you were probably looking at every relationship you had with. The only reason I'm in relationship with them is what I can do for them.
What I can bring to the table.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm going,
Yeah.
it's not do anything. Oh my gosh, I just love being with this guy. He's awesome. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
I think
It's a lot.
I've healed today. Why don't you hug me?
We're changing the name of this whole podcast. Eddie's Therapy.
You didn't think this chapter was going to be that difficult.
I really was like, we're going to blow through this chapter.
But I think there's what I love about this chapter and what I love about this concept is like, I mean, I think everyone should blue book value their relationships. And that doesn't mean that you're going to throw a relationship out. It just depends how much am I going to, like, I've got a Jeep right now and I'm driving it with 2 oil leaks because I'm like, I know the blue book value on this and I don't want to spend money on it, but I love Sarge. He's my favorite, but it's just, and so you've got to blue book value your friendships to know how much you're willing to invest in it. And when you realize, man, this is worth it, then you invest by asking the tough questions. And, I hope, Eddie, at 19, at 20, I was a different man. I was so, I thought I knew everything. And so I don't know how I would have responded if you would have said, shut up,
Yeah.
I hope that had you done that, I would have had the fortitude to go, oh, it's just me.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't think he's hugging or whatever, you know.
Or that's just him.
Yeah, or that's just him.
And
and moved on.
Yeah. It's not anything personal. It's just him.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a great line in the book. It's okay to ask more from a friend, and I love that. It's okay. It's okay to ask more from somebody than maybe they're offering, because you at least get to know where that is the DTR.
There is the DTR.
That's the DTR.
I guess so.
Yeah. You were right again, Jay.
Well,
golly, he needs
I
to
would
be right.
add to, it's okay to ask more of a friend. It's okay to not give more to a friend. Like you have to make that decision. Just because a friend asks for more doesn't mean you have to give it.
Yeah, there's
you
a
have to
mutual
decide
give and
that.
take.
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
I think with also, I would add too, yes, it is. You should be able to ask a friend for more, but I think likewise you should be able to not have to give a friend more. Like you should make the choice whether or not you're willing to give a friend more or not.
And give me an example of that. Like, that's a fascinating statement. Give me an example of what you mean. Like, it's okay to ask for more and it's okay to not give more.
Yeah.
Where would a situation for a friend or a relationship, whatever that relationship is, for you to go, I'm not going to give more. Even though they're asking, I'm not going to give more.
I think an easy one is this. Hey, like, we don't spend enough time together. I want us to spend more time together. And then the other person has to sit and weigh and go, you know what? For the value of this friendship to me, I don't have more time to give.
That is fascinating.
And that
most
person
would feel guilty.
Yeah, you totally, but you shouldn't.
There's
there's boundaries, right? It's codependency. Right. So it's that deal of going, I hear you. I'm so sorry. Where my life is right now, I don't have more time to give. Okay. Now the other person gets to go, oh, well, I guess this friendship may mean more to me than it does to you.
Yes.
You know, it might. I don't know. We're going to have to, and that would lead us to the next chapter.
It's really good because I would say most people for years, they would go ahead and spend time with that person.
I would struggle with it.
I'll go have coffee. I'll go have dinner, even though I wish I could have thought of 7 different ways to get out of this.
Yeah. And I think you can make sacrifices for your friend, right? And go, okay, I will give them more time. I'll try to figure that out. That's your option. But you should have every friendship. Friends should have the freedom to go, yeah, I don't want to do that, or I don't have time to do that.
Right.
If that becomes an ongoing thing,
There's a pattern.
Yeah, then just as the vehicle devalues, that friendship may devalue, you know, but it doesn't make it a bad friendship. It just makes it probably a less valuable friendship.
Well, it's what you guys talked about in the earlier podcast. There's the concentric circles of where the friends all lie. So if somebody's trying to push you deeper and you don't want to go deeper in that relationship,
it's a perfect.
You have to be able to say, you know, this is the boundary.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a great word.
Yeah, I think I haven't thought it through. But it may break down, but
it's a very intelligent way to look at a friendship and not have all the emotional threading in there, where we tend to get just really just paralyzed because we don't know what to do.
Right.
You know. So I mean, it's even okay to go. I think that's what's hard about any friendship.
Yeah.
You go, it's okay for this friendship to end, or it's okay for this friendship to be what it is, and it may not be anymore.
100%.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. And I mean, Sarge has said he needs 2 seals replaced. I'm willing to replace the seals. He said, hey, I need seat covers. Sorry, Sarge.
Yeah, you're not getting seat covers.
You're not getting seat covers.
No seat covers for you, Sarge.
So the Sarge has to decide, is he going to keep running and be my friend, or
I really need those seat covers, so
Right.
I'm not going to operate for
exactly.
Tommy.
That's his call.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
All right. Well, this was good chapter 4,
Good
guys.
chapter 4. I
Wow.
like it.
It was good.
Yeah.
Didn't see it coming.
Any last comments for you?
I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at him with his arms crossed.
I
over there,
know. He's
Tommy.
all like,
Yeah,
I told you
don't
it was a
hug-
DTR.
don't
I told
hug
you.
me.
Yeah, we're about to
Don't
hit.
hug me.
We're
That's what this is about.
Go hug him.
Don't hug me.
We are about to finish recording this, and then we're gonna have a DTR with Jay.
Sounds good.
Once we stop.
All right.
Okay. Now, there's some way for people to send us messages, right?
There is.
How do we do that?
An email address?
What is it? POD? Pod?
I was looking at Jay.
Pod
He
at
knows the
skitguys.com.
answer. He's just
I know.
messing
I
with
just
us.
wanted to hear what Eddie was going to say.
Golly.
See? Yeah, you guys need a DTR. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
will be.
Someone just
Tonight.
moved out of the circle.
Tonight.
Yeah.
I think I did a couple hours ago.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, boy.
Oh my
Pod
goodness.
at skitguys.com.
Yeah.
And so, just to clarify that,
Yeah.
take your phone,
Yep.
record an audio message,
You can voice memo, record an audio message, whatever you do with that. You could email.
and then just send the
and
email to.
Send a document if you want.
Right.
Turn a PDF into it. You could do whatever you want.
Got it. Whatever you want to do.
Draw a picture.
Send
You
it
can send a
us.
picture. We
to
can put it on
pod
here.
at skitguys.com.
POD at
POD.
skitguys.
We're answering your questions, and they will be separate little podcasts, little bites of beauty as we.
Mini podcast.
Was POD a band?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we payable on death. Yep.
Oh,
San
that's
Diego.
what it was.
Sa-
Yeah. Did we talk
San
about that?
Diego. We did.
I forgot.
Yeah, POD.
I was thinking it was Prophets of Doom. That's just sorry. That's my bad.
Well, it's Podience. It's from our
Podience.
Podience. Well, with that Podience, we will see you later. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Skit Guys. We flambéed this, didn't we?
I think so.
We flambéed this with
Flambé was got a little hot for a second, and then that's all good.
I'm ready to eat.
A little char.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Game over.
Look for the Skit Guys movie Family Camp on streaming platforms. And check out skitguys.tv for videos, tour dates, and more.